Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your May 2019 general love reading. I'm really sorry. This is going to be a brief love reading. From next month, my relationship readings are going to be in Vimeo. I've had to reorganize everything in my life. The weeklies and the monthlies will still be part of the channel, and hopefully that will give you what you need. But if not, there'll be additional guidance on Vimeo. They'll only be the price of a Starbucks coffee to make them accessible. But Scorpio, let's just see what's ahead of you for the month of May. Your general reading gave me the feeling there was all work and not enough play, okay? But the king and the queen were making their way towards each other. Lovely. But there was a few obstacles, and there was a few storylines in the way. Will there ever be a day when there's not, Scorpio? I'm sort of laughing, by the way, because it just seems to be that's what the story's about, okay? So what's the central card for the sign of Scorpio, please, for the month ahead? Nine of Wands, okay, so there's still a little bit of defensive energy. You're the King of Cups, they're the Two of Pentacles. Emotionally, the Five of Pentacles, because they're the High Priestess, so not being that forthcoming here, Scorpio, in their feeling realm. The High Priestess is the Keeper of Secrets, okay? But you're King of Wands, and then you're the Star card. And the other Star card, you're the King of Wands. Funny old, you're looking in opposite direction. I'm going to keep pulling for you for a bit. Okay. So why is the Nine of Wands showing up for Scorpio? This is a bit on the emotional level here. I just have to read what I see. There's not a lot of emotional contact going on here. The Nine of Wands stands in the middle of you. The Nine of Wands is like the old guard, yeah? It's that part of us that's very, very sort of overprotective of our emotions. It's not a bad thing. We all have it, and we do it in order to protect our vulnerability. Why is this going on with Scorpio, please? Okay, that's not a bad thing. The Knight of Pentacles is about moving things forward. It's very, very cautiously progressing. But it would seem on the emotional level between you and someone else, there's a very slow movement towards sorting things out. But the Knight of Pentacles moves forward very, very cautiously. And I think because this person's the High Priestess, you're in the Five of Pentacles, there might be a little bit of... The High Priestess isn't about emotional withholding, but they don't tend to share much about what's going on. Because the High Priestess is the Keeper of Mysteries. And I think because of that, on the emotional level, you're the Five of Discs, because someone is keeping their feelings close to their chest. Very much the High Priestess energy here. I think that's going to change though, because how they view the relationship is the Star card. So that's moving. The Star card is the absolute opposite from the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands, because the Star card is about expressing themselves. It's also the card of healing. That's just what the card represents. So if something's being in a difficult place, it's always a Star card that means, oh, this is the end in sight. Because by the time you get to the Star card, there's a vulnerability, there's an openness, and there's a sharing going on here. How you're coming across mentally is the King of Cups. So for some Scorpios, you're dipping your toe in, okay? You're sort of dipping your toe in, but emotionally, there's still not a full coming together yet. The Knight of Pentacles is a good sign that things are progressing now. They are the Two of Pentacles. So why are they mentally the Two of Pentacles? Maybe a lot of their energy is going in sorting out their pentacle energy. The Two of Pentacles can be quite a stressful card, by the way. It's very much juggling life circumstances and juggling finances. So quite often it appears if someone's got a business and a job, and because of that, I'm wondering if that's whether the High Priestess, it's like their energy is very low down and it's not being expressed. Tell me why they're the two of, yeah, Ten of Wands. This is almost identical to your general reading, guys. So it's almost like you're dealing with someone who's got an awful lot of weight, and it seems to be mostly about life circumstances. And even though you're dipping your toe in, because the King of Cups dips his toe in, I'm not sure how much response you're going to get with that Five of Discs. Because the Five of Discs is the energy of separation. So there's two people and they're not coming into the solution, which is the light, which is the outcome. So it's very, very positive, which means whoever you're dealing with is going to start to resolve these issues, by the way. I guarantee you they are with the Star card, and become much more open. Now you're the King of Wands, but you're looking in the opposite direction. I'm laughing but not. The King of Wands, because there's two kings going on for you, King of Cups and the King of Wands. So there's an awful lot of energy of power going on and mastery. What's the King of Wands looking at, please? Oh, Ace of Cups. Okay, I'm going to put that in the middle of the two of yous, by the way. Although for some of yous, there might be a brand new relationship starting here. I have to say it, by the way, because the Ace of Cups fell there. But if I put it here, that's the issue of the issue being resolved, by the way. Because the Ace of Cups is the Eye of the Divine. The Star card is about really opening up. So you can see in the deck, it's a little bit different from the Ten of Wands, isn't it? They're beginning to share their feelings with you. And how you, I don't know who this King of Wands is, guys, by the way. King of Wands is a very, very passionate, very, very sexual energy. And I have to say, Scorpio, some of you are looking in this direction. But I think that's going to change because of this Ace of Cups and the Star card. So I think what's going to happen here is whoever you're dealing with, I think there's a chance they're going to start to open up a little bit more. Although, I've got quite a few different scenarios here. Because this Knight of Discs and this King of Wands, for some Scorpios, might be an awful lot of energy about you. If these were my cards, I would assume the message was about really focused energy on moving forward in the practical parts of my life. And some of you might be making a decision to back off a little bit. But the irony is, when you do that, I think this person's going to come forward more. That's the sod's law, but that is the law. I don't know why letting go is such a powerful energy, but sometimes when we redirect our energy, the other person just, maybe they sense it, and because they sense the distance, they come forward an awful lot more, because this is what these cards are about. Very, very beautiful cards, by the way. But some Scorpios might be just going, right, okay, I've got this relationship dynamic going on, but I am the King of Wands. I laugh at the King of Wands. He'd be like, you know, that big life guru, Tony Robbins, you know, he's this very, very focused energy, and it might be particularly around the Knight of Discs. So there might be some new direction opening up for you. And it might be that which gets this person to open up. The first card between you is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles tends to open things up again. Quite often it can be about an apology. It's quite a humble card. I actually love the Page of Pentacles. Very sincere energy. But then you get the Five of Wands and the Hermit card. The Hermit card is an awful lot of self-reflection. Tell me what's the Hermit card about, please. It's followed by the Chariot and then the Judgment card. So for some of you who are in an existing relationship, this really is going to resolve itself, because the Judgment card is the opposite side of Scorpio. So you know Scorpio represents death, incubation, rebirth. This is the rebirth part, and that's where the relationship is going, which would clarify the Star card. Okay, so don't worry if emotionally there's a little bit of a distance here. But for others of you, you might be facing a little bit of a life path decision. And I think your head and heart might be going in separate directions, because it would seem to me when you move to this King of Wands, yeah, which is this focused energy, the other person suddenly opens everything up. They move into the Star card. And then the Five of Wands and the Hermit card might be a little bit of a torn in different directions about the way forward. And I actually adore the Hermit card, because I love it when it shows up in a relationship, because it means there's a lot of soul reflection. And I would never want to be in a relationship with anyone who didn't know how to reflect and make decisions, because that's the ones who just throw energy everywhere. There might be a little bit of a head and heart thing happening here. And I think for any Scorpios that reflects, it might be that someone's going to start opening up to you. Just at the same time, I'm going to put that ace back where it fell. Some new opportunity comes your way, and that opportunity will be very much about, I guess, what they call self-actualization. And self-actualization is fundamentally about that sense of your own fire and what you're here to create and what you're here to go and do. And that's going to create a little bit of a Five of Wands situation. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? I think you'll then go into the Hermit. And then that'll be a strange one, because I know enough of you, Scorpio, to know I can see both stories happening here. I think personally the choice will be made to go for the venture and a relationship, because both can be done. Life, especially with Scorpio energy, it's very much about not following the rules set down to us, but constantly rewriting and recreating a relationship that works for you, okay? And there's no one right way to have a relationship. It's something that should constantly be reworked between you and another person. Because I think some of yous are going to have opportunities that are going to come your way around this sense of personal mission. And it's going to create a little bit of a dilemma. I think for others of you, there's an emotionally bit of a barren phase here. Okay? Don't worry, guys. Just don't worry. That is part of what rules you. You go into the death, you go into incubation, and then new life comes back. And then you're ending the reading with new life, so it can't be much better than that. So it's a sort of promise that whatever emotional undercurrents are going on, you're going back to the Judgment card, which is the rebirth and the regeneration. And really when that happens, the relationship tends to be brought back in a way that's even more stronger, because you've survived. You've sort of survived a little bit of a winter, and this is you moving into summertime again. Really, really interesting reading. It's going to play out differently for so many people. I can really, really see quite a few different stories here. I'm still intrigued with that King of Wands. Looking at the Ace of Cups, it seems to be about some opportunity. And it's with the Tower card. Yeah, definitely. Something. Tower card, probably my favourite card. I just absolutely love it, because it talks about these moments, these epiphanies, these absolute breakthroughs in our life that happen, that changes really the course of things for us. And for some of you, this is a brand new chapter starting. And it might not only be to do with love, it could be to do with that Knight of Pentacles, which is about moving forward in your financial goals. And that's what, yeah, Ace of Pentacles. And that's what's going to drive you into the Five of Wands in this little bit, because as you go here, the other person begins to open up more and express themselves, which is going to be a right Five of Wands situation. Which way do I go? Which way do I turn? Look out for the weekly, Scorpio, and we'll get more guidance about what's unfolding for you. Very interesting. Loads of love. Bye.